Here we go, guys. Finally, hoping fourth time is the charm, because we tried this on my phone and it was so long. So I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter, but still, it's about quality, right? Not quantity. So let's all find our chairs to sit on. Welcome to my yoga studio. This is the corner of my bedroom. I have pictures that my kids have painted. I have my picture of the water. I have my Lake Superior rocks and our blocks. Also, my tennis ball, my therapy ball. I've talked about this therapy ball for your neck. It does wonders for low back pain rolling out. I also have a roller here. If you don't have a block, which a lot of us probably don't, a book works great. You can always use a book to rest on, just a thicker one and a hardcover, so you have support when we're leaning over. With that being said, let's try our first class. If this goes well, maybe we can make this a weekly thing. I'll get more comfortable as we go along. And there are many options. We could have recorded and did editing, but it's time consuming. And what would class be like if we didn't make mistakes? And I tell you to bend your ear instead of your elbow, right? So let's get together and have fun and find that space within us with all this chaos that's going on, with all the uncertainty. One thing we know for certain is we have our breath, we have choices with our body, and to think healthy thoughts. So find yourself seated. We always stack our ankles and our knees. We push into the earth, just like you want to try getting off the chair. You want a little bit of weight in those feet. Push into them and try spreading your toes. And we guide our shoulders over our hips. Shoulders will up, back, and down. We'll inhale up. Exhale, guide them back and down. Guide your ears over your shoulders so it feels like we're tucking our chin slightly. When you just close your eyes. We notice when we're listening to all the news that maybe we start getting a little stressed. We start to shallow breathe, and that actually causes stress within our body. It starts to pump out cortisol. So we want to keep our breath throughout the day nice and steady. And maybe turn off your radio and your TVs for a while. I stay unplugged as much as I can. Just focus on this easy breath. And allow yourself to soften any areas that feel tight. We use our breath to breathe into those areas. You want to try pulling that breath all the way to your belly, making your belly expand on the inhale. And on the exhale, draw the belly muscles in and up to help release. Breathing deeply. Glare of my lamp. Taking 2 more breaths here. With this breath, we can tell our body to release and let go of any tension our body does believe our mind. And as we open our gaze, we're just going to do a short little segment of alternate nose, just so that we've done it in class, but if you're new to that, not used to practicing it, alternate nose breath can really help us when we feel anxious or stressed, or if we're tired and sluggish. If we've been in the house a lot, that can happen. But know that the weather's been nicer, so we can get outside more, and let's be thankful for that. So we're going to use our pinky and our thumb finger. We're going to take a big inhale, and we're going to pause that breath in the top of the inhale. You're going to block your right nostril. I'm not going to mirror you on this one. Exhale out the left nostril. And then inhale on the left nostril, pause and hold that breath, and switch. Hold with your pinky, block the left nostril, exhale at the right. Long, slow inhale, pause, hold, switch. So it's an exhale and an inhale, pause and hold, switch. Continue on your pace. Now allowing those thoughts to settle down, any anxious thoughts. Some of us, if we have been retired, this isn't much of a change from your schedule. For us, personally, I have 5 extra people at home that aren't normally here. My husband is working from home. my college student, and she lost her job, so we're having to help her with expenses. My 20-year-old is down to 2 days a week, so we're thankful for at least the 2 days. And my 2 school kids. So I find myself retreating to my yoga corner often. And I find myself going outside for fresh air often. Finding the blessings that we're doing things more as a family. And we're not busy running to sporting events. Last one. Take a big inhale. Release, and then exhale out of both nostrils. And notice sometimes we may feel a little bit lightheaded if we're not used to doing that alternate nose, but it does help with clarity of mind also. So we'll start with just releasing some tension in our shoulders. We're going to start with one shoulder roll and then the other shoulder roll. Anything that feels good, you can go as far back as you want. And we're going to add on, we're going to bring our hands to our shoulders, bring the elbows in line. And now the shoulder rolls are going to incorporate the elbows. Lift the elbows as high as you can, draw them together, down towards the center, and then squeeze the shoulder blades on your back as you squeeze the elbows back, up and around. Make crackling, and stay in your range of motion. If you have any pain, then just make those circles small. We want to just breathe into it. We'll come down to center. We're going to come back. Bring the elbows together. Maybe the back of the hands sweep your ears. Bring those elbows back. Really draw the shoulder blades back and down. And feel that openness through your chest and through your heart. A smile on your face. Hopefully we could do a live class and then I could see everybody joining me. And relax. We're going to reach our arms out. As we straighten through the arms, we look that our arms aren't here, that we really stretch through the fingertips and our palms are wide. We stretch the fingers. And let's draw circles. So where are your shoulders? Bring them back and down. Find length in your neck. Circling and breathing. Remember that nice steady breath is bringing some synovial fluid to the joints. Now reverse your circles. And we're going to do a little bit of a twist. So we're going to twist those palms up and back. Lift your chin and look up. Open your chest. Exhale, tuck your chin. Roll those palms down and towards the back. So the elbows are facing the floor too. Inhale, we're switching up. Exhale, roll back. So we're just getting the upper back when we do this. Try one more. Inhale, relax those arms down. Ooh, sometimes that causes a little more tension than we intended, right? Shake it out. We're going to go into our back. We did the shoulders. Let's get the spine. We want to wake up our spine. Bring your hands, even if you're doing this later in the day. Sometimes we just get up and start moving around and forget to get that length in our spine and get the flexibility. So we're going to start with our cow pose. We arch forward, pull the elbows back, lift your chin. Exhale, tuck and roll. So we rock on the back of the pelvis. We really scoop that belly button like you're trying to reach the back of a chair. Your inhale opens, expands. You want to feel that stretch even down in that low back, not just the shoulders. Sometimes we have to scooch a little more forward on our chair. Let's do one more. Inhale to center. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Let's go into getting a little bit in our knees and our ankles. So we're going to draw that left knee up. Lift it as high as you can. Really push into this right knee. And we engage our core. If you're new to class, we engage the core by pulling that pelvic floor up. And then we act like we're trying to zip a tight pair of pants in. We just zip everything into that midline. We want that to stay nice and tight. We're working the hip flexor now, so we're going to hold that knee up without our hands if you can. We're just making that hip flexor get a little bit stronger. Some of you may want to just use a few fingers and hold it gently. Breathe. And noticing when we start to feel challenged, when that muscle starts to quiver, we want to give in. Take a breath. And we tell ourselves, maybe we can do one more breath in this pose. So from here, we're going to try a circle. At this point, you can always hold your knee. We're building strength. And breathe into that ankle. Flex, flex, flex. And curl and stretch, whatever feels good. Remember, it's just about the joint mobility. And from here, we're going to straighten. So getting into that knee. And come on back up and in. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. And the higher you can get your knee, the more you're working this lower ab also. Feel free to support your leg if you need to. It's about the knee health. But if you want to get strength and build on your quads, then you do it without the hand. So it's your practice. The good thing about doing it at home is nobody's watching you. You don't feel like you have to keep up, which isn't what yoga is supposed to be about, but we all get there, right? We all do that to ourselves. And hold. So again, option to hold and sit up tall or bring your hands to the chair, point and flex. Maybe your leg is down here. Maybe you need to rest your foot. 2 more. And then we're going to bend that knee back up. Take your left hand on the knee only. Right hand can stay on your thigh or on the chair. Let's open it to the side, down, and around. Some of us may want to scoot a little more towards that front corner of our chair. Get more range of motion. Reverse. Breathe. I want you to really pay attention to what you're feeling and compare it then to the other side. We're always going to go back to that tighter side and do a few more, maybe later today, maybe after the video. Relax. Come on down. Pay attention to how you're feeling on that side. It's about body awareness. Listen to your body. We want to always feel something working, but we don't want to feel pain. We're coming up to the right side. Get that knee. But when you're pulling the knee up, be careful that we're not doing this. We want to keep that length. Bring that knee so we feel that hip flexor working. And challenge yourself now. Bring your hands to your chair if you can. Maybe it's only for 1 breath. 1 breath's better than none. We can choose to do our ankle rolls here. Always feel good and be thankful if they're not cracking and popping or if there's no pain. Ankles are working. We can still walk every day. We've had some awesome walks. I even got my husband to walk with me. It doesn't happen very often, but on a regular schedule. Sit up tall. So blessings and all this. We're looking for those blessings. Straighten and bend. Straighten. So thinking about that knee health. Support if you want. If anybody's counting, you're going to find that I don't always do things evenly. Just like in class. We just go until we feel it. And we'll go over to the other side. I try to count sometimes, but I do get distracted. And come to center. We're going to release, go the other direction. One more. Hug that knee in tall. One more time. And slowly release. Hopefully we got that even out. Like I said, this is a trial run, right guys? So let's go into just twisting the spine. Bring your left hand to your right knee, and the right hand can come to the back of your chair or to the side, back, or the seat. I find my back is kind of high, so I'm going to bring mine to my seat. We're going to slowly revolve and twist. Look at your back shoulder. On your inhale, you find a little more length, like you're trying to reach the crown of your head up. And on the exhale, you twist a little deeper. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, we start to unwind. Always feels so good for our spine. Take your right hand on your left knee, left hand behind you. Remember, we should be twisting in the morning, first thing, maybe before you get out of bed. Sit up tall, exhale, twist, finding a place for that left hand. Maybe you're reaching the far side of your right chair. But you can do this in your bed before you when your feet hit the floor. Just sit in your bed and twist gently each way. Those who are new to my class, I have a favorite saying. In the yoga world, you're as young and healthy as your spine is flexible. Big inhale. And exhale, unwind. Take an inhale here, going right into our forward fold. We hinge at the hips, keep our back straight. We're going to stretch that low back out. Some of you may want to keep your hands on your knees. If we can reach all the way to the floor, maybe having our block or our books on the floor to bring that floor up so our hands have something to meet. Sit up tall. Exhale, sink a little deeper. One more inhale. Exhale all the way down. From here, we're going to come part way up. Keep that back straight. Sweep your arms forward alongside your ears. And rise all the way to the top. From here, we're going to act like, oh, we can't see my hands. Well, see, my hands are up there, guys. We're going to reach up like we're picking something off that top shelf. Remember, a lot of times when we're reaching, we're stretching things, and people have pulled a rib out. Personally, I've done that. And we need to keep our muscles strong so they hold everything in place. So reaching that top shelf like we are at the grocery store or in our cupboard. We're going to inhale up, and you're going to exhale, act like you're bringing it down and placing it on the floor, straight back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Next, we're going to just act like we're serving in front of us. So we inhale up, exhale, reach forward like you're bringing it to somebody. Reach and serve. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. Come back. Inhale. We're going to go into a little bit different change here. We're going to exhale. One arm goes to the side, one forward. So this is getting left brain, right brain. Inhale, exhale. Doesn't matter which side you do here, but you just have to think a little bit. One arm's going to go forward and one out to the side. And really stretch. I can't see you, but let's really try to get those hands away from us. We're not just here serving, we're stretching through, right? Feeling that in our arms. The last one. Inhale up. Now we're going to crisscross. Exhale, bring it over to each side. Notice which arm was on top, and we're going to switch. Can I do the same? Two more. Last one. Inhale up. Tall, tall, tall. Exhale. Stretch it over to the right. So this is where the block may come in handy if you want to hold your hand on the block. Otherwise, we can just reach towards the floor. Stretch up and over. Inhale, come on up. Exhale over to the other side. We're opening through the ribs. Feeling maybe that stretch in your arm. If we're really stretching this arm strong and not being lazy here with it, be honest and really grounding the opposite hip. We're just going to flow now side to side, getting a little bit of mobility in that spine. Breathing evenly with your breath. We sweep side to side. And then to look at the time to see how long we got going. And center. Inhale, come back up. Going back to your forward fold. Any way that you can come forward. Keep the head up. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Feeling nice and strong in that low back. Hands on your knees and slowly come up. So let's get into that psoas muscle. and do a little bit of our warriors on our chair. So we turn sideways. We want to support ourselves with just that inner cheek, inner butt, and thigh. We're going to sweep the other one out. If you don't feel safe, hold on to the back of the chair. You can choose to stack your knee, hip, and shoulder, or guide that knee back a little more. And feel that stretch in this hip flexor and this quad. Again, it's your practice. See what feels right for you. We stack our knee and our ankle on this side. We take that outer arm, we flip the palm out. Notice what that does to your shoulder. It's going to open up through the shoulder. We're going to sweep it all the way up and then arch over the back of the chair. As you're here, try not to lean forward. You're not going to really feel it. You want to back, stretch, and breathe. So that psoas muscle is a really large muscle. And if we have low back pain, sometimes it's the psoas muscle because it wraps around from that lower spine, all the way around the hip to the inner thigh, down into that inner groin muscle. The next breath, when you're ready to inhale, bring both arms up into your warrior one. So if we find like our arms are a little cut out, our elbows are out, maybe we want to drop our arms, flip the palms back out and come back up and find that we get that straightness back. So as we're here, we're looking forward. And we're breathing. Some of you may want to try a back bend. Lift your chin and look up and back. Opening. Remember, our back bends are going to give us energy. It's promising to look like a sunny day today. Inhale, relax, looking forward again. Or slightly reach forward, bringing your heart closer to your thigh here, and then we get that range back in our back leg. So we really pick up the back knee. We can stretch it out, getting a deeper stretch into your quad. But keeping the back of your head in line with your shoulders, tailbone. If you want a challenge, we keep our hands reaching forward. Some of you may want to just stay here. You always have options. When you're ready to inhale, use your inhale to draw you back up. We're going to open to warrior two. We're going to drop that back heel. You can see that that back heel dropped down and open our arms. What happens is this knee starts to drop forward. Guide it back. Use the outer edge of your muscle to push towards that back wall. Arms are parallel to the floor. We look at this arm. It's parallel to that arm. We draw our shoulder blades back and down. Sometimes we end up being here. We want to open up. Taking that deep breath. Guide down your gaze, down your middle finger. There, true warrior. Now we're going to flip that right palm up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Keeping the energy in that right foot, in that right thigh. Opening through the rib cage. Inhale back to warrior two. Going into our warrior side angle warrior. Bringing your elbow on the inside or the forearm. We want to push that knee slightly back. Reaching up, straight up to the sky to get that length within that shoulder girth area. And then stretch over your ear. Really stretch. You can't see my top of my arm there, but believe me, I'm stretching. I'm trying to reach where the wall meets the ceiling, right? Nice strong angle, just like we do in class. We're really guiding that pinky side of that left foot into the earth strong. When we're here, we have that when we're not trying to hold our weight up, we can truly get deeper into the stretch and build a little more strength. We'll take one more inhale. And exhale. Remembering to listen to your body. I'll give you an option on the other side. We're going to sweep a nice smooth transition over to the other side. Slide your right foot back, finding how far you can go. Stacking. Make sure that you feel safe and supported on your chair and you hold the back of the chair or the seat. I'm going to hold on to the seat here. Flip your palm out. Let's open through the shoulders. Stretch up and then arch over the back. Looking towards the back of the chair maybe. Maybe you want to look up. As I'm doing this, You can't see any movement here, but I'm really trying to guide that knee a little bit closer to the earth to get that dynamic tension. As I'm drawing that knee down, I'm stretching up and over. So I'm finding that I get deeper stretch here, maybe into your IT band, feeling the outer edge of that psoas muscle also. It's a great stretch. We all have chairs. We can do this at any time throughout our day. When you're ready to inhale, bring both arms back up. Maybe we're a little more relaxed here, or we can lift our chin and look up and down. Inhale to center, make our way forward. Then we get that range in that right leg. Push through that right heel. Lift the right knee up towards the sky, squeezing. Maybe we're even squeezing our glutes here. We're feeling this nice stretch here. And stretch your arms forward. We don't need to drop our head. We keep that head up. You can go as far down as you comfortably can, building strength, or we just support ourselves here. Keeping length in your spine any way that works. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, warrior two. So we drop that back heel, opening up to your warrior two. Ground the pinky edge side of your foot. And my salt lamp really is getting in the way. Try getting it out of the way with my foot. I need longer legs. Look down your middle finger, really guiding the thigh back. Feel that openness. You push into your feet. Keep that energy grounded through your feet, but that length in your spine, lengthen your neck, ears away from your shoulders. We'll flip the left palm up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Nice stretch. Haven't been doing our own practice. These stretches may feel a little new again. Remember, if we miss 3 days in a row, it's like starting all over. So at least try to do a few postures. We don't have to do a full class. Just doing a few quality postures throughout your day, every day. That's why I have a yoga mat in my bedroom. I know if I go to bed at night and I didn't do anything, I at least do my down dog, do my bridge, I roll up my back, center, relax your forearm on your knee, stretch up, 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 and over to side angle. Truly does. A little bit is a lot. It doesn't have to be long. Taking 2 more breaths here. Oh, the other option is always to bring your hand on your hip if that shoulder doesn't feel good, or drawing it to your low back to keep that little gentle stretch in the front of the shoulder. We have shoulder issues or tightness or tension. Sometimes reaching here isn't conducive for the posture. We're just really working on this length here, stretching through our hip flexors. And we can still get that length by stacking our shoulders. Either way, slowly come on up. And to draw our heels in and knees pointing out, sumo squat. So just from here, we're going to hold on and just get a little more movement in our spine. We're going to do a little circles. We're going to inhale, reach forward, arch, and exhale, scoop back. So you can go as little as you want, just staying nice and high, or you can go really deep and exaggerate the stretch. Whatever your body is allowing you to do. Come to center, let's reverse. I feel like I need to get deeper this morning. Breathe. Appreciate movement. Come to center. Inhale, lengthen up. That'd be a mess if we didn't do one goddess pose, right? Let's flip our palms out. Let's inhale up. Exhale, pull those elbows back and down. Look forward. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Coming all the way straight down. Tap the floor. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, cactus, goddess pose. Inhale up. Exhale. Do one more. There's always some poses that just come naturally when I'm here. I just feel like, oh, I have to do this. Come on back down. Staying here, let's climb our hands on our knees. Sink your heart a little bit deeper in the next exhale, then tuck your chin and roll up nice and slow. Roll the shoulders to the ears, back and down. Okay, let's try a couple getting up off our chair. Bring your feet in, and then draw the heels in a little bit so we can launch off. We want to keep energy in our feet, really grounding there. You can hold on to your knees, or you can reach forward to make it more challenging. We're going to lift our butt off the chair just a little bit, plus 4 inches. We're going to lift up and tap down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now coming all the way up and standing up, and you don't see me. Voila! We're going to turn to our chair. So some of you may be able to do it facing the back, right there. So as we're here, I'll go out of the way, but I want to read you something at the end. Place your hands right underneath your shoulder. Next time I'll have a better video so we can get my fullness in there. So we can do some standing postures and get on the floor. We'll have to figure out another room to do that in now. So stacking, ankles, knees, hips. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. And let's just do 2 cat cows again. Just making sure that you can just find, when we come to that neutral spine. After we do that, we can find this neutral spine where we do a little bit of a pelvic tilt. And we tuck the ribs in. So we don't want the sagging here. We want to feel that supporting of that low back. And then our shoulders are back and down. Take your right arm out to the side. Left arm for you guys. Reach it forward. And then come back, out to the side, and exhale back. So just breathing again into the shoulder joint. But noticing when we're here, parallel to the floor, and back. One more time. Yeah, maybe the load isn't so much when we're parallel to the floor than when we're seated. This last one, we're going to lead it forward. Holding here, noticing we're building strength in that arm. I want you to shift your weight to that left foot. And you're going to slowly, if it's there for you, sweep that right leg back. Push through the heel and try to stay parallel to the floor if you can. If this isn't safe for you, you can always support yourself with both hands. It's about keeping this leg, look back if that leg is nice and even with the floor. Or you may even want to rest your arm on the chair. That's an option. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, bring the hand down. Take another inhale. When you're ready to exhale, bend that left knee and drop the right foot back behind you. So you're in this squat. From here, I want you to bring that left foot slightly forward. See, I can always make mistakes. And we're going to straighten it. Take your left hand on your hip. Pull that hip back. So also maybe here, we're going to pull it back and down. And we're going to get a nice stretch in the back of the knee and the inner hamstring. As we're here, some of us may feel a deep stretch here. We don't need to go any further. But some of us, this feels really great to get deeper. But as we keep guiding those hips back, we feel that nice deep stretch. And breathe into that. Inhale, straighten up. We're going to bring that foot back for support as our right foot joins it. Going over to the other side. Come back to making sure you're supported. We're not dropping down. We're lifting up and supporting that low back. Shift the weight. Nope, we'll go into our arm first, right? Sorry. I don't have you guys in here to tell me what I forgot. Center, forward. So we're going to sweep our arm forward, middle, back. I'm a little bit close to my wall there. And last one. And we bring it forward. Hold in there. We shift that weight to that right foot. Slowly sweep the left foot back. Remember, maybe you want to start with your hands both on the chair when you lift that leg up. See how you feel there, and then try stretching the arm forward. You always want to feel safe. We micro bend our knee. We don't want to lock it. We do that tiny little bend. We look that our toes are pointing towards the floor, and this leg isn't here. We try to really straighten behind the knee. We don't feel that length in the back of the leg. When you're ready to inhale, let's slowly guide that right hand back to the chair for support. Take one more breath here. And as we soften that right knee, we drop that left foot down. Let's bring that right foot forward. My left, your right. Straighten the knee. Bring your hand on your hip so we can guide that hip back again. Find the length. Wherever you can get deepest into that stretch. You want to feel something. I'm noticing I was a lot tighter on the other side. This side I can get way further down. So in that, noticing which side is tighter. Remember to do those extra stretches on that tighter side at some point today. We want to try to keep our body balanced. And we do probably have more time. Spending a lot more time throughout my day when I don't have anywhere to go. Inhale, straighten up. Bring both feet back slightly. We're going to get one down dog here. So walk your feet back. Again, ankles lined up with your knees. Hold onto your chair. I want you to push your hips as far back as you can. So we're still kind of stacked here. And we're going to sink our heart towards the floor and your ears, but we don't let our head fall. It still stays in line with our spine. We feel a great stretch. Some of you may want to try flipping your palms up for a breath or two. Thumbs up. Notice where you're feeling it in your arms. This is a great stretch. We can do this anytime throughout the day. Hold on to your counter and do it when you're waiting for your coffee. If you choose or your tea. That's just something that when we have this time to be quiet and reflect and look more, what lifestyle changes, what healthy changes can we make? We pay attention to our body and how we feel. For me, going on day 4. No, actually day 5 probably has absolutely no caffeine. So that's been a challenge. But just noticing how I feel, because I was finding that I was drinking way too much with everybody home. Take one more breath here. And there are benefits to it, but there's some challenges to it. So we shift into our plank. We start dropping our hips forward, roll the shoulder blades back and down. And we're going to get a nice stretch in our calves and our ankles. Sweep your fingers to the outside to feel supported if you want. And that kind of this isn't working for you, you can always bring your feet in and just be here, back to here. We'll take one more breath here if we are in our plank. And then slowly make your way back to our chair. And I'm just going to keep my chair just like that, saving time. We're going to sit up tall. We're going to do 2 more stretches. Actually, I can turn this way. We're going to bring your legs forward. There we go. We're going to go into one more full hamstring stretch. Our back is nice and straight. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Keep your hands on your thighs as we start easing forward. Taking as many breaths as you need to feel that stretch. No pain. We don't need to round. It's not how close to our thigh we get. It's about leading with your heart and getting this nice deep stretch back here along with the hamstrings. Ready to inhale and come all the way up. We're going to our hip stretch. So choosing if you need to, maybe this is where we're at today, maybe it's here. For those who have done this hip stretch class, we bring it to the top of the knee and then draw that foot in. Flex your foot. The mouse you can see. You want to flex their foot, never being on the ankle bone, above or below it. Guiding our knee down, sit up tall. This may be enough for some of us. Others, maybe we reach forward. And that slight leaning forward where our back is still straight. Maybe we rest our elbows. Either wherever you're at, see if you can get some wrist rolls. We still have to open jars every day, open doorknobs, flexing, anything that feels good. We're in this nice, relaxed place now. Her breath is slowing down, getting nice, fluid. Take one more inhale. Exhale your heart closer to your thigh. Inhale, come all the way up. Cross that thigh over thigh. Eagle legs maybe, or just resting the toes. Sit up tall. So our left thigh is on top. We're going to take our right hand to the outside of the left knee and the left hand to the back of the chair. We're going to slowly twist. One more twist. Notice that this one may feel a little bit deeper because we're crossing the thigh over. So we're getting deeper into the hip here. On your inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Relax. Switch. So if we can get our ankle all the way up there, do that. Otherwise, you're going to stretch that leg. Just work your way until you find where it's comfortable, where you're feeling the stretch. If you're here, stay here. Still lean forward. Keep your hand on your knee. Flex your foot if you can. Always the option, we do this where we bring our fingers between our toes. We want to go back and try that on the other side. We always add in these little things in class. So we have in foot reflexology, all the toe area and the patty part underneath the toes has to do with our respiratory and our sinuses. So the virus that's going around, that has a lot to do with it. We want to stimulate them and keep them healthy, so we just can work those pressure points. I'm really sensitive some days not so. And this is the top of your foot is for your lymph system. You may want to massage that out. It just gets us to maybe not focus on the hip stretch so much, which we should probably be doing, but we can allow us to stay here longer when we work on other parts also. Lean a little more forward. Keeping your breath steady. When you're ready to come out of it, we're going to take our last breath and try to exhale a little bit deeper. Inhale up, maybe release your toes. Ooh. Cross thigh over thigh. Toes on the floor or curl behind you. Sit up tall. Take your left hand to the outside of the right knee, so we start to leverage ourselves over to the right, bringing your right hand, using as the far corner of the chair maybe to pull on to add, again, a little bit of leverage. Finding that length on our inhale, exhale, twisting, twisting, twisting. Chin to the back shoulder. Another inhale. And slowly exhale. As we come to center. When you're done with this video, I want you to get on the floor. Do your bridge pose, please. That's so important for our daily health. And then maybe hugging your knees in and going side to side, twisting, getting deeper. We're going to end here. I want you to bring your hands to your lap first. Relax and tuck your chin and close your eyes. We always end our classes with gratitude and thankfulness. And a little bit of quietude so that our body can have that muscle memory settle in. And we start to find, again, this inner peace. So throughout the chaos, we know that this inner peace is always here. All we need to do is tune out the external world and focus within. As As you stay here and relax in your Shavasana, I'm going to read you a quote from my book I've been reading this for the last couple weeks. Wayne Dyer's Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And this quote came out, and it's so appropriate for what we're living with now. So close your eyes and breathe. And listen to this as it says the words, grace upon your ears. The 29th verse, he went through the Tao Te Ching, and he wrote a chapter on each verse. Do you think you can take over the universe and improve it? I do not believe it can be done. Everything under heaven is sacred and is a sacred vessel. I cannot be controlled. Trying to control leads to ruin. Trying to grasp, we lose. Allow your life to unfold naturally. Know that it too is a vessel of perfection. Just as you breathe in and breathe out, there's a time for being ahead and a time for being behind, a time for being in motion and a time for being at rest, a time for being vigorous and a time for being exhausted, a time for being safe and a time for being in danger. To the sage, all of life is a movement towards perfection. So what need has he for the excessive, extravagant, or the extreme? Take a deep breath of appreciation and gratitude, finding what we can control, that's our thoughts. And remember, positive thoughts, healthy thoughts boost our immune system. So breathe in your gratitude for this day, gratitude for this body that's moving and breathing and is here with us. Gratitude for our family and friends that are around us. And gratitude for even this time alone, that we can reflect and spend more time with those that are closest to us. As we open our gaze, we'll bring our hands to our heart. So he talks about there's a time for being in motion and a time for rest. Take time for your class, doing some yoga when you feel energy, when you feel tired and lethargic, take time to rest and be okay with that. Take your tea and a book. We're finding these challenging times taxes more our thoughts and our worrisome anxiety, maybe some of us. But know too, this shall pass, as he says, this too shall pass. We lived through the flood. I lived through a year and a half of road construction on right in front of my house, construction workers on my driveway. But that too passed. This too shall pass. Hoping to see you another day. And thank you for sticking with me. Have an awesome day. Namaste. Excuse me while I hit end.